Hey guys, Abby here. How are you guys doing today? Today we are talking about relinquishing all control. I had someone who's a friend of our channel send me an email, and she had asked me if I had ever thought about relinquishing all control to a dominant, and I don't know. I don't know if I could do that, but I'll read you the email and we'll go from there. I got some Marlboro Golds today. Something a little different. So, it says, like normal, I will start with the definition of a submissive, and that is having submitting control over yourself to someone else and surrendering of power to another person in the act of submitting to authority or control of another. So that's the definition of a submissive. Being a submissive is someone who makes a conscious choice to give up some or all control of their life to a dominant, allowing the dominant to control your body and behavior within the predetermined limits you both have agreed upon and is completely consensual. So here are some of the various levels of submission, because I had to look into this a little bit because I don't know that I could ever be 100% in submission. So I kind of poked around and tried to find out, like, are there different levels of submission, or what have you. So here's what I found. There is the kinky sensualist, and this person isn't into servitude, humiliation, or giving up control. They enjoy the rougher side of the tango, and tango acts on their own terms, with a focus on pleasing themselves and not others. There is the submissive role player. This person is being submissive in role-playing scenes like a teacher-student, or this sub usually likes humiliation but not servitude. Then there's the play slave. This sub likes to be a slave, made to feel subservient, and at times likes the feeling of being used to gratify the dom's desires. They may even really serve the dom in some ways, but only on their own terms. Then there's the deep submissive. And this sub truly gives up control temporarily and within agreed upon limits with the dom. Their main satisfaction comes from aspects of submission such as suspense, vulnerability, and or giving up responsibility. They also enjoy serving their dominant and being pleasured by them as well. Then there's the submissive play slave. This sub really gives up control, but only temporarily during brief scenes and within limits. Their main satisfaction is from serving and being used by the dom, but only for fun purposes, and it's usually erotic. Then there's the uncommitted short-term slave. This sub is a slave with a little more intensity than the previous types. The difference being wanting to serve the dom in both sexual and non-sexual ways, but only when the slave is in the mood. They may even do this full time for several days at a time, but is free to quit at any time they wish. Then there's the part-time sensual slave. This slave has a continuous commitment to their owner/slave relationship and considers themselves their dom's property at all times. They want to obey and please their dom in all aspects of life, the erotic, non-erotic, and fun, and the practical. They will devote most of their time to other commitments like job, family, etc., but the dom has the first pick over any free time as the slave has. Then the last one, there's the full-time live-in consensual slave. This slave regards themselves as existing solely for the dom's pleasure and well-being. There are no more than a few broad limits or requirements involved. In return for their servitude, the slave expects to be regarded as a prized possession. Well, I feel like not everyone may consider themselves a dominant or submissive, but at some point during your sexual journey, we have or will give or receive someone's power for pleasure and enjoyment. I ask you, have you ever been a giver or a receiver of the power or the pleasure? We did a video a while back where I kind of was in the middle, kind of like a switch on the light end of both of those, I guess. But I don't know. Let me know where you guys stand with it. What do you consider yourselves to be? Do you consider yourselves to be any of those different levels of submissives? And again, I don't know that I could 100% be submissive, like the last one where basically there are no limits and I'm someone's prized possession. No. That's not me. Definitely not me. Anyway, let me know what you guys think, what you guys feel you are. How deep of a submissive are you? Put it in the comments. And until next time, everybody. Love, hugs, and smoky kisses.